On the Drip Podcast.
G'day, champ. I was looking for some winners.
Sure thing. Please hold.
Moses won the 10,000 from Powlele.
Away goes Anima on the Rosehill Guinea.
But Home Affairs has made a mess of them.
Coming through is Fireburn with a big run off the fence. I'm thunderstruck. Went boom over the top. Nature Strip clings on. He's king of the mountain this time.
Thanks for waiting. No guarantees, but we'll see what we can do.
Sounds about right.
Mate, what's happened? Melbourne Cup burying.
Mate, the ultimate Victorian strain of coronavirus decided to bend me over and just go in dry. Gee whiz. No lubricant. Been hit for 6.
But hey, yeah, at least you sound good. I feel like it's improved your vocal cords.
Yeah, more of a seductive sort of croaky tone, I've been told. Certainly, mate. Hit me for 6. Like, got home yesterday and just went downhill rapidly. I was just like, fuck. Did the rat test, and I think it was world record time for the positive second red line to show up on the ratty. It was like instantaneous. I was like, oh, can you believe it? After nearly 3 years of COVID-19, I finally contracted it.
I feel for you, bruh. And it does. It really, really does just hit you for 6 quite quickly. So hopefully you're feeling better soon, mate. But weekend away. So clearly your immune system was down because, you know, we might have had a couple of beers on the weekend.
Lots of beers, lots of chicken.
The size of the palmies down there are absolutely absurd.
Oh, it's like a bloody, we're on a different planet. And it's like, what size are these chooks? Unbelievable.
Now, we might have been a few beers deep, right? But I couldn't believe the ordering. In hindsight, our ordering was just absolutely absurd. So basically, after the race day drifters on Saturday, we went to the local pub next to us, and as the guy was sat down the menus, he was like, "Oh, by the way, we have $1 wings tonight." We were like, "You're kidding?" Because we wanted some chicken, and we were like, "Oh, we'll get 20 wings for the table and a palmy." Now, we weren't betting that the palmy that was going to be set onto us was about the size of a small cow. It was enormous. Absolutely
enormous, mate. It was like a bloody emu parmigiana. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
It was bloody good though, but we couldn't bloody finish it. So that was unfortunate. But do you reckon it's a fair assessment that we basically spent our time at 4 places mainly? The Airbnb, the casino, Moonee Valley, and Flemington.
Oh, mate, no doubt. No doubt. And that pretty much carried on for me when I stayed back the Cup day. It was literally the hotel, Flemington, casino. Like, it was like a Bermuda Triangle, just get sucked in and trapped and you can never leave. Yeah, it was a big week, mate. It really was.
It was.
And my immune system was certainly on the lower end of the spectrum, and yeah, COVID just noticed and homed in on me viciously.
Well, it hasn't even knocked you around, right? I reckon it's taken 3 of us as a victim, out of the 6 of us that were down there. So it's an unreal strike rate, the spicy cough.
Yeah, certainly better than our strike rate of picking winners, mate.
That is well said. So you mentioned the casino there. I think it'd be amiss of us not to mention the antics that went on Friday.
Oh, mate, some of the most incredible probably the most incredible run of luck I have ever seen on a blackjack table, mate.
It was
absolutely incredible.
It was ridiculous. It was like he saw the 4 decks or whatever they have in there all face up. He knew exactly what the dealer had. They had too many, and for the sake of this story at least, The house was able to stand off on 22. In what world? In what world?
Mate, as if Crown Casino, like the house always wins, right? The very nature of a casino, so every game there is rigged in the favour of the casino. Otherwise, they'd be going bust. And then they bend the rules of blackjack so that, okay, they get 21, cool. Obviously, it's a standoff if you've got blackjack. If not, they win. But then 22, they draw 22 dealer. Mate, in my book, that's under the definition of too fucking many.
And I think the punters would agree. The drifters would agree. It was absolute bullshit. I've never seen a bigger load of shit in all my life.
Oh, mate, couldn't believe it. But yeah, so our mate Matt Dolan had an absolutely incredible run of blackjack. Obviously we don't need to go into details from a monetary perspective, but he just did the right. It was a shock when he lost a hand, mate. Like he'd get 15 or 16. He'd be like, "Yep, hit it." He'd get a low number. He'd get a pair of aces. Get blackjack on both. Like it was just absolutely incredible, mate. The likes of which I've never seen, and I doubt I'll ever see it again.
No, and there was one astute drifter that was just like, he was walking around and going like, "Oh, what's this young man up to?" And he could just see the momentum that it was generated behind him. And the smartest move that he did was not join the table and play against him. He just bet behind him, and he was cleaning up as well.
That's the definition of what Jesus Christ said in the Bible as a good Samaritan, mate. It's a good Samaritan. He like when he came and sat next to Dolab, and I thought he was going to start playing the game. I was like, well, you're just throwing all this juju out of whack. But the young man, drifter of the week, let's call him, he just decided to get back on the back of Dowie and just ride that luck, mate. All aboard that train, mate. All aboard that train. It was absolutely incredible. Choo choo,
mate. He may as well have been Craig Williams on my ice bath getting him home. My goodness.
Fuck me, dude. Honestly. Mate, we said, what did we say? She has to go on the quaddie.
She did. And I'm not going to lie, drifters. I saw the Creek get into $1.80 and I said, fuck that. No way is she getting any of my money. And I looked at Ice Bath at the top of the market and I'm like, well, you must be my pony.
Unbelievable. Look, well-deserved Group 1. And I think I even might have said it on the podcast. Like, these are the sort of races she wins. Like 11 or 12 bucks, coming off a subpar run. It's the sort of races that she wins when she's balls deep into a prep. No, she was great, Ice Bath. In Secret was good. Probably clearly the run of the day at Flemington. We just got pipped with Sharp and Smart in the Derby. Mate, I'd say the run of the day. Manzois, fuck me dead. I'd say the run of the day was actually in Rose Hill, Private Eye.
Yes, I agree. Joe Pride has got that thing humming. And I'm actually a bit disappointed that he's not staying at the 1200 in the Champions Sprint this weekend.
Yeah, I think the Champions Mile's always been his grand final. Yeah, but you have a point. Geez, the versatility on this horse, if he can come out and win the Champions Mile at Group 1, which looks like a pretty tidy race too. Look out for him in the autumn. He's going to be hard to beat in anything he goes in. Mate, have you recovered from your loss in the Golden Eagle? Fangirl getting done by an absolute beast. How many times have you watched that replay?
Heaps. Sunday morning, it just kept on popping up on my fucking feed. It was just, my God, it was just tough viewing because if you look at the helicopter shot of that ride, Hugh has given her the best possible chance. And when he takes her, I think he took her to the inside instead of the outside and gets stuck behind Mr. Mozart for about 4 to 5 strides. You can't knock him because I think he was going for the better ground. instead of the inferior ground. So even if she takes that inside passage, does she beat him? I wish I win. Unsure. But fuck me dead. Doesn't fill my pocket.
No.
My goodness.
At the 20s on offer, and it wasn't just you. Half our group of mates was on as well, so it would have told a very different tale of that evening, I believe. But, Derby Day was an interesting day. I certainly, finished on a high with my best of the day. Sphura getting up in the last. But I tell you what, if she didn't win, I would have been in licorice all sorts, mate. So, always good day though, a Derby Day. Like it was a blast, mate. It was good to be there again.
Absolutely, massive fan of the day. It was good fun, mate. Let's get cracking on to this weekend of racing because I want to make this a short and sharp episode. You know what I mean? Because, you're a sick man, and they
save me vocal cords, put them on ice.
Yes, well said, mate. Let's get to race 6 on the program. It's the BRC Darley Champion Sprint. Sounds nice. You have Nature Strip up against Giga Kick, Bella Nipotina, Paulele, Rockin' Horse Levante. Even the 3-year-old colt, Lofty Strike, has just come into the mix as well. Who did he run 4th in the Coolmore, I believe? So
he did,
yeah, it's a cracking race, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it's a good race. Glad to see a couple of them come out of the recent sprints we've had, the Manicato and the Everest, and back up in this race. Great to see Lofty Strike from the Coolmore backing up. Yeah, I think it's a good race. Look, the market's found him for good reason. He's a champion. He's sub black odds at the moment with Neds Nature Strip. Oh, look, I'm trusting that he bounces back here. Barrier 12 down the straight is great. He's proven down the straight. I definitely don't want to take him on, despite the fact that you've got a last start Everest winner who's unbeaten at $6.50 in the market. I think Nate Strips went way too quick in the Everest, and he did bloody well to finish 4th. I think J-Mac won't be as arrogant on him this time round. He doesn't have the likes of Eduardo and a couple others sort of making him go a bit nuts out front. He's the one for me. But if Giga Kick beats him, shit. Giga Kick.
7.1 million in prize earnings. You're fucking kidding me.
Just when you ride to the races, on average, you earn more than 1.2 milli. No, 5 starts, 7.1 mil.
Honestly. I agree, mate. Nature Strip should go out and beat these, but I'm very interested to see how Giga Kick goes against him down the straight because he is proven. And Bella Nipotina off that run last start, I think she was assisted by the heavy ground. By my first initial looks, I don't think she'll get that ground on the weekend. So the horse that I'm quite interested in for my Ned Same Race multi, though, is number 12, Levante. All of the chat from New Zealand is saying that this thing is far better than Rocking Horse, and Rocking Horse was only 2 lengths off Private Eye first start early this prep. So that makes me think, and she actually ran a very bold race. She actually beat home all of the fancy runners that were grandstand side in the Newmarket as well when Rocking Horse actually knocked her off. But I think she can turn the tables here. Mickey D in the saddle can pop up at $30, can't he?
He sure can, the fucking good jockey.
Man, Zoish, you're shitting me.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, gee, that really deflated our tyres, didn't it?
I was even giving it the put 'em away.
I know.
And the put 'em away put me away.
Yeah, really did. So, yeah, Nature Strip on top. But, Levante in my exotics, I reckon. Race 7 is the Champions Mile. Mate, as you said before, Private Eyes probably leading the market here at $3 with Neds. Mate, Cascadian's done absolutely nothing wrong He's 550, second favourite in the market. Yep, Alligator Blood. Interestingly, Zaki's not here. I haven't heard what's actually... I thought the plan was to drop him back to the mile, but he's actually just stayed at the 2,000 metres. And, mate, what's Tuvalu done wrong now? My goodness. 2-rack winner. He's $11 if you like him. And Mike Oberon, the international raider, of course. How'd you see this one?
Mate, firstly, can I just say, when they changed the program around to have the Cantala, which used to be a handicap race, moved from Derby Day to this day, I was like, oh, really? But now that I'm looking at this race and I'm reflecting upon what was, again, a fantastic Derby Day, mate, I'm quite happy with it. 3 Group 1s on Derby Day, three Group 1s on Champions Day. Yeah, look, I don't mind. Interesting that Zaki and I'm Thunderstruck didn't come back to the mile because I think both their trainers said that they would be doing that, but that was obviously, almost 2 weeks ago. So things have changed. Oh, look, yeah, this race isn't super straightforward, but off what was not even a super quick tempo in the Nature Strip Stakes last start, from the rear of the field to still absolutely brain him like he did last week. This is his grand final. I can't go against Private Eye. He's flying.
He is flying.
He's flying. That's Stradbroke form. I can't remember how many times we've said it now. He's elite. He ran super well there from a tough position. He's won an Epsom. I've got no doubt he can stretch out to the mile. Jeez, I tell you what, if he wins this, watch out in the autumn. He could be considered the most informed horse in Australia behind Mo. So he's going to be my top selection. But yeah, my Oberon certainly creates some interest. The international horse. Yeah, look, can he win this? Yeah, I think he can. But I just don't want to take on Private Eye. He's just absolutely red hot at the moment. The blood will go forward. Mr. Brightside will sit further on pace. He's a better mile than a 2,000 metre horse, I believe. I think everyone knows that now. You're right about Cascadian, but I'm with Private Eye.
Yeah, I'm seeing it much the same. Like, the only query for me is the quick backup. I've had a look through his profile and he's done it twice and he's finished like there or thereabouts, but I don't think he's been this consistent during that time. Like, I think he's still developing into the mature, very good horse that he is now. And how's Marzu picking up a $2.5 million bonus check for not winning a race this prep?
Triple Crown are just thanking Peter Volandis and just building shrines to Peter Volandis and praising them and bowing down to them every night. I don't know if they'll do that again, but no, good on our boy Marzu.
Yeah, absolutely. Mate, you know who I think offers a little bit of value in this race, and it might sound absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know if he's actually going to run, but that's number 1 Colding. It is a stupid thing to say. $71, right? Have a couple of each way on him, but I just think out to the mile, and he's proven during his Brisbane campaign that when he gets on good decks, if he is to get a good deck on the weekend, he can run well. He has failed the Melbourne way of going, so that is again another query, but top 4s, that sort of thing, can't hurt.
Oh, look, I'd be shocked. The old Warrior Colding, gee whiz. Look, I would be shocked, but, at that price, you can say anything you like.
Exactly. But yeah, Private Eye for both of us, and the Champion Stakes surely is pretty straightforward here. Yeah.
No, yeah. The best horse in the country, Animo, wins this. Yeah. I've got no doubt in my mind. Draws perfectly again. He's been kissed on the dick this prep. will sit sort of just forward of midfield, stalk him and just go bang. I think he might even run better than what he did in the Cox Plate. On Thunderstruck's the obvious danger. For me, he goes sort of around midfield and could threaten, but there's no way I'm taking on my guy Mo. He wins this.
Yeah. No, well said. Elliptical, 3-year-old, 51 kilos. Thoughts?
Nah. Look, I don't think there's a single 3-year-old we have now who would threaten our weight for age horses over this sort of distance, to be honest. You could argue, like, who'd be the best 3-year-old we have over the sort of 2,000 metre distance? You couldn't really say. Oh, you could probably say Sharp and Smart, maybe. But, you know, if Sharp and Smart was in this race with 51 kilos in his back, there's still no way in hell I'll be backing him. No. So no thanks to Elliptical as well.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree. Like, that Spring Champion is proving to be quite a good form reference with She's Extreme coming out and braining him in the Oaks, and Manzois doing the same, and Sharpens a Smart running second. But yeah, I think Zaki wins this, and he stamps his authority, mate. $2 is generous, almost. I might say.
Yeah, I think people are probably, looking at that Cox Plate run and seeing how close Thunder got from a terrible position, and that's probably, he's probably going to hold a decent amount of money and draw the attention away from my guy Mo. But yeah, it wouldn't overly shock me to see him win it, but I'm not taking on Mo. Yeah,
agreed. Mate, throughout the card, do you have a couple of bets, a couple of plays for us?
To be honest, mate, I just have my best of the day. Do you have a couple you want to run through first?
Well, I think we'll both have a little play here. Race 3, the Amanda Elliott. Mate, go to number 9, Bonheur. She got scratched from Moonee Valley a couple of weeks ago. Mate, why can't she beat the boys here? Barrier 6, perfect draw. Timmy Clark in the saddle, 54 kilos, gets weights off the top weights. You're getting $18 to find out. I think she's a filly with lots of talent. Why can't she? I'm gonna find out at that price.
At that price, bang.
And yeah, best of the day. I think it has to be Animo, mate. I think so.
Yeah, no, I can't blame you, mate. I cannot blame you. I tend to make him my best of the day every time I back him. I've got one in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, though, in race 4. Number 11, Soulcombe. He was just brought over to the country. He was racing over in Europe. Got terrific form over there. The market certainly hasn't missed him. He's $2.80 with Neds. Chris Waller trains. They're running him once this prep, and then just basically aiming him in a Melbourne Cup next year. So he's certainly one to watch. He's got terrific form from over there. He'll eat up the ground. Watch out for him in the Melbourne Cup next year. He's my best of the day.
Yeah, I've seen a few international experts say that this thing won't only win, but it will destroy them. So, and to be fair, he's going up against the likes of Warning, so he doesn't have to beat much.
Per cent, a $5 shot.
Yeah, like Luna Flair's probably the only one that you'd potentially say, but she got scratched because she was lame. So who knows if she'll actually run, mate? There is another redemption bet for us as well. Race 5, number 5, Honey Creeper with Hot Nash in the saddle. He can whip her into shape.
Yeah, Hot Nash could definitely do a job with Honey Creeper. Where'd she run on the Gold Cup? That's right, Star of India. Gee whiz. Yeah. Look, she could bounce back, mate. You're getting a decent price to find out.
Yeah, quick backup, interstate trip. I think she might be a little bit of a nutcase, you know what I'm saying? And Nash knows how to deal with them. So, but yeah, Mate, last time recording a podcast in this very seat, in this room that I'm sitting in, and it's a shame you're not here.
Mate, it is a shame. Yeah. Send it out with a bang. But, yeah, I guess with that announcement, mate, have you formally announced anything to the Drifters?
I haven't, but Drifters, I bought that bloody house. Me and my partner. Chee Hill, baby.
Chee Hill, baby. How good.
Yeah, so, and not only that, it's got a bloody granny flat out the back, which we can turn into a horse racing shrine. So, which is absolutely fantastic for us. So, expect our setup to get a little bit more profesh, looking nice and schmick, but we're going to basically, probably for the Perth Carnival, mate, we'll still record every now, throughout that. And yeah, we'll get it cracking. The whip's cracking then.
Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, can't wait to see what the setup's like. I'm hoping it's, certainly taking it to the Neds level and and looking absolutely elite. Maybe paint the walls orange.
Could you imagine that? Holy shit. We'll send the invoice to our good mates at Neds for that.
No doubt.
Mate, I'm going to let you rest because you sound like a very sick man. But thank you for, lending your ears to me for half an hour.
Mate, my pleasure. Yeah, look, sorry, Drifters, that this one's a bit later than normal, and also apologies that you're not going to get to see our beautiful mugs on YouTube.
Mate, I'm actually recording, so it's just going to be me sitting down.
Well, at least they get to see your beautiful mug. But yeah, there's no way I was going to be able to do it last night, mate. I was absolutely cooked. So yeah, glad we got through it. It's a great weekend of racing, so got to do something,
mate. Just get some chicken soup, maybe a couple of beers to drown it, and watch Champions Day. Why not? That's not medical advice, by the way. I think that's just friend to friend advice.
Drifter advice. I think I've had enough beers to last a lifetime last week.
Maybe that's it. You're just hungover. You're so hungover that you test positive.
It's actually a brand new strain of COVID that I created inside my own body.
All right, mate. Thank you for that. Drifters, we're not going to... we'll do a tipping comp as well this weekend to end off, end the Spring Carnival, but we won't record next week because there's no Group 1s, but I believe the first Group 1 in Perth is in a fortnight. So we'll see you then.
Sounds good, mate. Best of luck this weekend, Drifters.
All right. Hooroo.
Bye.